Hello. How is everyone? It's just occurred to me. Where's my phone? So I've barely used it tonight, so it's like, yeah, I might need it to check the comments. So yes, I'm very, very late. But that's how I am. Especially when I'm on a tangent, I've got ideas. I go on another tangent, then I decided to make a tea, and I had to get something completed tonight. So here we are. I'll jump on in just a moment. Alright, and here we go. Hey. So here's the new mouse is working pretty good. And yes, it changes color too. Anyways, meantime, let us craft. What shall we get into, everyone? So, I'm starting to work on my mother's Christmas cards. So here's the original two designs I'm kind of bouncing with. I'm feeling a combination of the two, but I think with this, with the white panels, not working for me, and I don't like the way I did the wreath. So if I die cut a circle white, put the wreath on it and put it on, I think that might actually be more effective. Alright, so we're going to try it differently. Now, first quest is, I need to figure out what's the size of that wreath. I could measure, or I could just pull some dies and see what works. I'm just going to pull some dies. So that's where I'm at right now. And then I got to figure out some colors to do. Now, these are just some dies I've had kicking around for a while. So I'm going to see what works. Just to get the circle. That's a little big. That's apparently the same size, I just realized. That might do. I think that might do. Okay, we'll use that one. Because I think that'll look, because I don't like the way this one turned out, to be honest. Not happy with it. And actually, this style was inspired from Creativity Now, which is pretty cool. Hello, Jennifer. It's good to see you. So, I'm going to do a bit of crafting, see what I get into, and then at some point call it a night. So what I'm going to need is, I've got some various papers here. I might try to figure out what to use, just to kind of get the concept going. Oh, that's pretty too. That's pretty. That's nice. That's nice. I'm thinking these I could use potentially for like wreath colors or something. Because I've got a whole different options here. But the problem with her size is for my mom, it has to be a 5x7. So for some reason, this is calling to me, so we're going to go with that. I don't know why it's calling to me, but it's calling to me. Oops. I got things knocking everywhere. Alrighty. And of course, I was a bit delayed getting on because I decided to make a cup of tea. I haven't done it in a while. Tea in this time of the year? Whoo, a little hot, but yeah, I was in the mood. Alright, so two things. I need to get some white cardstock. ×2. So I also need to die cut that circle. I'm not sure what I have for scraps that big, so I'm just going to use whatever's kicking here. And I've got more than that. Or I've got that piece too. That's fine. Whichever. Ooh. So let's see. Where's the mini? Actually, I need to cut down the piece a little bit to fit into the mini. Let's do a few cuts here. So her size being 10x7. So this side's the 10-inch. This side's the 7-inch. And then while we're here, we'll cut this down. This will be 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Okay. This die is approximately 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to go 3.5 inches. It's a hair under, but that's okay. Alright, so we've got some cuts that we can start with. And then these I can put aside. Alright, now I can die cut. Yay, die cutting's fun. And this is in combination with the birds I was stamping and heat embossing die cutting last night. Same project. But now I'm back into the... I know kind of what I want to do. I just got to come up with what's the design going to be. So that's where tonight I want to experiment and see what I can come up with. Alrighty. So that should be good for now. Just something that I can work around with that. Put the plates away. Alrighty. There'll be more die cutting, but in the meantime, we're just trying to get things assembled. So fold this in half. I could use colors, but just for now, I just want to use white to kind of figure out the layout before I dive into using colored cardstock, or I might make them all white for the heck of it. Depends on how it works. I mean, with this one, I think the white would work. And then we got the circle. I think that'll look pretty good with the circle, actually. I think it really shows more of the designer series paper from whatever source it was. Okay, so I need some colors of paper that will go with that. So, for instance, this red, I think will go. I'm just looking at what else I have kicking here. Not feeling that. That green might go. I think just the red and the green will do. Alright, we'll just go with the red and the green. So the first time I did this, it was a whole bunch of die cuts. So I can't remember exactly how many I did on this one, but it was still really cool. I can't even remember. It was like nearly 20 or something. So with that in mind, let's find the dies I'm using for that. Now the dies, interestingly enough, you'll see when I find them. Oh, now I'm tempted to use my new pre-order stuff. No, not tonight. I'm getting there. Oh, I want to use it. They're so cute. Alright, I'm looking for my dies that I want to use, because I have them here somewhere. Yeah, as everything falls over, of course. Ooh, I got everything falling over. I'm trying to remember. What stamp did I use the first time? I have no idea. Okay, it's hard to find literally one set of dies. I'm going through the entire pile down here. There she is. Sunshine Vibes dies. Oh, I found Joy and Cheer. Here it is. Found it. And actually, the new one doesn't really have a stamp that I like for this card anyway. Okay, now I found Joy and Cheer. Alright, found the dies. So the dies are from Sunshine Vibes, which goes with these, surprisingly enough. And I found it really works for a Christmas wreath. So let's dive in. Do a whole bunch of cuts. And at least I found the stamp I used. So we'll get to that at some point. Alright, so for that, two things happening. I might as well stamp it now before I get everything glued on and it makes it a little harder. Alright, so I'm just going to clear a bit of room here. Alrighty. So move that over. Get my sponge, well-loved half sponge over as well. Dry my hands. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. So I haven't made a tea in a while now because it's too freaking hot this time of year. So I decided to have one. Well, yeah, why not? Alrighty, so just drying my hands. Now, two things. Now, the stamp, I staggered it differently. So to do that is a not bad trick. But you gotta know what the heck you're doing. You gotta mask out what you don't want. So we'll get to that shortly. Just checking on the kids. Okay, so when I do masking, I literally use this stuff. So I just peel one, rip it, alright, so I gotta figure out my color. I think I'll use a red. So I'm gonna cover and cheer. So I need a red. Let's find a red ink. Now I generally use the Paper Pumpkin ink spots because they're just super handy. So let's see what red I want to use. I think real red will be good. And actually this one's never been opened. Alright, flip back. Let's find a different real red. There we go. This one's been opened. That helps. Helps if they've been opened. And if there's comments tonight, I can't see them. Sometimes Facebook is just funny that way. So ink it well. Pull the piece of paper off. Kind of line it up half decent. Clean the stamp. Throw it back on the thing. And then mask up cheer and joy, like so. That cheer, joy, cheer, so I can get the and symbol stamped, or inked, I mean. There we go. And then lastly, now I probably should have had it a little higher, but that's okay. Now lastly is just joy and this is a great technique to just be able, I want the positioning of the stamps to be a little more different than normal. There we go. It's a little low, but I can work with it. That'll take getting used to. I usually stamp it after the wreath is on. Then these I just throw into scraps, and I might actually use it for scrappy cards anyway. Go figure. Alright, so then that stamping is done. When I find my stamp. So that was from Tree Angle. This is retired. I bought this at the stamp sale. One of the stamp sales. I can't remember which one right now. I think it was the last, I think it was Diana's stamp sale. And this was like one of the ones I'm like, hey, the triangle trees was a win for this kitty. Okay, so that's it for the stamping for now. So simple card, really. So then I gotta die cut a whole bunch of those pieces. So let's look at the dies from Sunshine Vibes, because I need those two. And those do my wreath, which is kind of surprising. And it really works, honestly. Okay, so I don't have measuring down. So about 1-inch strips I think will do. Just to have a size I can work with. So I need to cut paper again. Oh, I'm pulling my cable everywhere. So I'll just cut 1 inch. So how much can I get on each strip? Probably 1, 2, maybe 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll just go for the whole thing. Why not? Just go for it. Okay, and then this one, I'll just cut the whole thing. Why not? Is that the same length? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many strips did I get out of the first one? That way. Oh yeah, no, I already know. 6. Math is off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Alright, we'll just go with that. To kind of match it a little bit. And then die cut again. Which, you know, earlier I was like, oh, I'm done die cutting. No, I'm not. Alright, so I'm just going to have a sip of tea. And I actually use both dies anyway. Alright, so here's the part where it does help to have a cup of tea and go come back later. See how so unfortunately this project does take a lot of work. I'll just move this up a little so you can see kind of what I'm doing. To be able to get lined up, get the dies on there. It is a lot of work. And it helps to keep tools nearby to poke every piece out, because this is the longest process, is doing this. And it takes a lot of glue dots to put these on too, which I might cheat a little because I'm doing this quite differently now that I have a bit of a plan. So yeah, I can get 3 per strip here. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. And this is just for one card too, you know. That's I realize this is gonna take a while. Oh well. Of course, the problem with the new table mat, I can't see the dies. It kind of blend in. It's like, yeah, that's not really a good thing. Yeah, seeing how we're doing for time, because I know I'm on a lot later tonight. Hey, life gets busy. Okay, these dyes are stuck in there really good. So what I did is, I'll explain what I just took, turn this over, flex the plate, and I was able to get them to pop out. So there's a tip for you tonight. Now I can get the rest of it popped out. So just one more. I'm still in the reds. So I'll just kind of show you. Flex it, and it helps pop them out. Another one. This will take a while. Just to do one card, eh? It's like, why do I come up with a concept so complicated? I just do. Flex it. It's coming. That one got stuck in there pretty good. And not me. Just hearing the commentary upstairs. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Maybe I won't finish this tonight. I don't know yet. Oh crap, this is gonna take a long while. Well, hopefully I'll have extra pieces for the next card. That'll be good. I know when I made the first one, I did a lot of pieces. The second one doesn't have as many, so it looks less full. I don't like that. It needs more to be able to make this work. Oh, I seem to be overlapping the dies. I'm not trying to do that, but that's what's happening. Then another one. So then last strip of the red. Then we can move on to all the greens. That'll take a while. It's okay. It's stellar. Yeah, that's why I'm having issues. Because I'm overlapping them. So it's a good thing I bought extra glue dots recently. Because I'm going to need them for this project. Doing all these cards. I think she wants 6 cards. I think 4 or 6. Honestly, she keeps changing her mind. So I'm like, I don't even know how many she wants. So I'll just make like 10. Oh, I got a couple extra for next year. And it's also handy to have a couple extra cards. In her case, not so much. She's not a very social person, so there isn't really anyone else. But there are a couple peoples in their realms that she might last minute give them a card. I don't even know. We shall see. But yeah, otherwise, nah, she's not going to need that many. So let's keep them for next year. Alright, so the red is done. Now we're on to the green. All 6 more rounds. 6 times 12. At 24. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm essentially running these dies, I think 24 times? Does that make sense? Maybe. Wow. That's quite a crafty adventure, eh? Yes, I do rotate my plates, if you haven't noticed. Just to help them, you know, just rebend them a little better. So, I try to rotate if I can. Alright, got that. Starting to get tired of my tea. Tea tonight is decaf orange pekoe. Oh, I just found another red piece, damn it. I am not a fan of orange pekoe. I'm like, I'll make orange pekoe tonight. Yeah, it's hit that point where it's not nice anymore. So, that's okay. There's another red strip here. My goodness. Okay, so we're not done the red. Okay, I thought we were done, but we're not. That's okay. I think we might do this video in multiple parts, like how I did my uncle's card. I did it in multiple sessions. I think that's a good idea. Because, yeah, my energy's going down. I'm tired. I know I sound like I'm complaining, but that's how I am. Like, I do try to, I've been trying to kick my butt to show up every night again, because I haven't been doing that. I've just been too stuck in myself, you know? Does that make sense? Just so much going on, so much to do. It's hard to keep up. Oh, I almost dropped the die on the floor. Luckily for me, there's no doodles in the room. And they're actually really good these days. They're not grabbing stuff like they used to as bad. Like, Ivy is almost, she'll be 2 in a month and a half. It's like, oh my god, we're almost there. It was so close. And even at age 2, she's still gonna have that young puppy energy. But compared to a year ago, it's significantly different. So, like, she still is going to have her moments, but at least it's better. So, and she's a good girl. But yeah, I realized that, like, she's almost 2, and I'm like, yes. Because when we got Buddy, originally we were going for Buddy, like, just well before, we're like, let's get 2 dogs. No, I'm glad we didn't. Oh my god, that would have been chaos. To have 2 dogs at once. Oh my god. When they're that young at the same time. Ooh, and if they're litter mates, oh my god, that's good as chaos. So, we got Buddy. And then in the same year, later in the year, like 6 months later, we got Ivy. So that 6 month gap is actually a good idea. It's still a lot of work. It's still and I gotta fix this die cut machine. I can feel it. Like, it's still a holy doodles. Lots going on. But at least it spreads out a little differently. But yeah, I think this is so. Note for anybody who has the mini, this screw thing totally falls apart constantly on me. So first of all, knock this out. There we go. And that is super, super loose. So I need a screwdriver. Grab a screwdriver. And I just gotta turn it a little more towards me. I gotta do it slightly off camera because I'm gonna hit the camera. And just try to tighten it up. So I just gotta stand up for this. So sorry guys if I can't really show you very well. I'm just trying to make sure it's in there pretty good. It's better. It's better. There we go. But yeah, you gotta tighten it up every so often. Even the big one. You still gotta tighten it up every so often. And the big one comes with an Allen key versus this is a screwdriver that you have to get on your own. But still, same concept. Alrighty. So here we go. Let's bring it back over here. Flex that out. Alright, so red's now officially done. Alright, back to green. So I'll stay on a little while longer. At least finish the die cutting. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on my mood. Alright. And I'll catch up on any comments after, guys. Because I can't see them. If there's any. The nature of Facebook. Being a pain in the butt. There we go. Ooh, ooh. I'm a little bit disaster tonight. So let's run that one through. Assuming it lets me. And the scraps from these strips, I'll probably just throw them out. Well, I might do some with Scrappy, but only a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I keep them, sometimes I throw them out. There's a bit of a scrappiness I can use in them. We'll see. Yeah, I'll probably use them for Scrappy. Because if I throw them out there, it's going to bother me. I'm like, I could have used them for Scrappy Christmas. Oh yeah, Scrappy Christmas. I gotta find my Scrappy Christmas bag. Haven't looked at that in a long time. And we'll find that later. But yeah, doing this, it is a labor of love. I mean, you gotta be kind of cuckoo to have a passion to want to sit here and do arts and crafts for as much as you can. I used to do this for hours on end, and I've cut back on that for multiple reasons, life and trying to get things more organized around the house here, trying to have more of a better home life here than ever. So, and especially since situation changed some months ago, that I gotta be more on top of things. So it's all good. Keeps things interesting. But all in all, it still makes for a really good hobby to be able to work on something creative. Mentally, it does something to me because, I mean, for a creative person, we have to create something every so often. My opinion, we should be creating every day, every freaking day. However, that doesn't always work. So, try to have some little bit of creativity in my day. And that's also why I've been decorating my planner pages. That way there's creativity in it whenever I do decorate. That way when I'm flipping through it every day, I'm seeing the pages that I've decorated to help keep me stimulated and happy. And it also makes the planner a happy book as well. So that's what makes the good thing. It puts pride into, I enjoy working on it and making it into something else. So, and speaking of my planners, because I have two. I have a personal one and the business one for the Stampin' Up! Stuff. So the personal one is overflowing. So I went out today and bought, not a planner, but a new binder. Because they're small binders. I absolutely love them. So I went out and picked up some new binders. And I don't mean to merge into two personal binders, but it is what it is. So here we are. Because by decorating the back of the scrap pages, it makes the pages thicker. It's the problem I'm running into with the planners. And I'm a big thing for scrap paper, so yeah, it's become a problem. Because every couple days or so, it takes about a half hour to decorate the back of a page. I try to do it when I can, if I got some time, before I dive it. That way, if I don't work on something like this tonight, as an example, I would at least work on one on the planner pages to decorate them. So at least that's a step in the right direction. However, I'm noticing the pages are getting too thick, which makes it harder to work with, kind of thing. So, but that's okay. We live and learn. I'm still going to decorate my pages though, because I think it really gives my book character and makes it my book, my planner. So, and scrap paper, that's always going to be a common thing. It's the way I am. But my newer sheets I've been adding to it, it's not scrap paper. So it's starting to balance out a little bit. So we'll get there. And then I do throw out some pages. When a project in the planner is done and it's not going to reoccur, it gets thrown out. So that way I can reset and continue on. So we're almost there. And I just remember I got to add a couple pages to my planner. Just remembered a couple of things going on. It's like, oh crap. Alright, so last piece, I think. Yep, last piece that I've cut. And we're done. At least this step anyway. Then I might actually go get some rest, go chill, hug my children, my fuzzy children. Because, yeah, I'm not finishing this project tonight. I don't know. We'll see. It's Saturday night. I got the time. But nah, I kind of want to wind down. Call it a night. Snuggle my cuties. And have a better start tomorrow. Today I was doing a lot more adulting than normal. A bunch of laundry, other projects with laundry, trying to catch up on some things. Truck maintenance. So, yeah, it was a busy day. Alrighty. So then one more go. Alrighty. So last bit. I should find a little baggie for these things. We'll see. Also gotta figure where to put the birdies. I don't remember. From last night. Alrighty, so then I'm gonna pack this up as I make too much noise. Sorry guys. Alrighty. So there we go. Done for now. Woohoo. Clean up a little and say goodnight. So I'm just doing a little bit of organizing. I got a couple little baggies here that I can use for some of these pieces. I'm a big person for baggies. These are from the Terran tapes, which is very effective when you're doing the notes and totes, the 3D tote, and glue dots, of course. But that way, these pieces, I know it's kind of hard. It blends into the table, doesn't it? Like for me, I can see them, but on the camera, it's like, yeah, that blends in pretty darn good. But there we go. One. Let's do the other one, the greens, which I think I might have more greens for some reason. I don't know. That's okay. Maybe I miscalculated. Alright, and the birdies. Let's find the birdies. There they are. Let's put them all into a little baggie, so I know where they are later. I probably should have heat embossed that joint here, but that's okay. Alrighty, so then there. And then, yeah. Oh, as for the dies, I just slide them into this with that circle one. That way I kind of know which one I was using for future reference. There we go. And I'll have to Google what color do those little birdies. We'll see. Alright guys, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. So hope you're excited about this project and what it's going to turn into. I think doing it this way looks a lot better. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. Alright, have a great night. Bye!